Hi.
Good afternoon.
Please sit down.
Sure.
So we are meeting Arpit Gupta, right? And where is your hometown?
My hometown is in Gorakhpur, Uttar Pradesh.
You stay there?
Yeah.
You do stay there.
Yes.
अभी आप यहाँ पर कहाँ रहते हैं?
I've come from there only.
Okay, straight from there. There's a train from there. Train. Okay. So you are good at English?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now tell me, we are talking about renewable, alternative uses of energy. Okay, which are renewable and they are alternative. They are not coal. So tell me some examples.
Solar energy, wind energy, tidal energy, there is geothermal energy also, and there are some new emerging fields of the energy. For example, ocean thermal energy is also being explored.
Okay.
So these
Wind
are some
energy?
examples. Yeah, wind energy, solar energy,
Yeah.
and some of the new avenues also, like ocean
And how
thermal
about
energy.
nuclear? Nuclear?
Yeah, nuclear energy is one of the sources which is not considered as renewable because it consumes atoms.
Okay.
So,
Which is the uranium that is used in nuclear power?
uranium 235 is generally used. Then it produces plutonium, which is
Okay.
fissile material, and then it goes on to produce the energy which is needed for us to produce electricity.
And do they use uranium 238 also, or only 235?
Ma'am, it can be used,
Can.
but it has to be made fissile. So there is a mixture of plutonium used, and then it can be used as a fissile material.
Both can be used, 235 and 238, right?
Ma'am, if it is fissile, it depends on the viability. If it can be made fissile, it can be used.
Then it can be used. So tell me, I read about a flight risk, FLIGHT, flight, हवाई जहाज, flight risk. Have you heard of this phrase?
Flight risk.
Flight, हाँ, हवाई जहाज में जाते हैं ना?
Uh-huh.
So there's a risk on the flight.
Yeah.
So what do you think it is? You haven't heard.
I don't know.
Okay. So we are facing a coronavirus XE. Have you heard?
Yes, ma'am.
So where is it found recently?
Ma'am, recently it was found in Mumbai. BMC, the local municipal corporation, has confirmed that it is the first case of ZE.
This one.
Yes.
Has it spread or it's still stuck with one case?
Ma'am, till today it has
Only
stuck
one.
with only one.
Okay.
Actually, Health Ministry is confirming some other cases, so we have not got
They're
any
checking.
report till now. Yeah.
So tell me about Shanghai. Have you heard about Shanghai?
Yes.
So they had a lot of this coronavirus, whatever variety. So what have they done? In China.
Ma'am, what they are doing is they are at mass scale. They are have immunized people already. They are picking up people who are actually infected, and they are making them isolated. For example, they are in fact picking up children also, children or
Everyone.
elder, and they are isolating them forcefully. So because they want to contain this to some place.
Right. So you tell me that have you heard about hydrogen as a fuel? Hydrogen.
Yes, ma'am.
So is it rampant in India, or there are very one or two cases hydrogen use?
It is not rampant as of now. There are some of the projects going on. There has been one of the projects which has been recently announced in Ladakh, and also a national hydrogen energy mission is being planned.
Okay.
So probably that would make it at a relevant level or significant levels. Currently, it is not being used.
Okay. So suppose we use hydrogen as a power, then we'll run cars. What will we run? Buses?
Yes, ma'am. We can run buses.
We
also.
can run buses, we can run cars.
Cars.
And one of our ministers traveled in that vehicle recently. Have you read about that? You have.
Yes, ma'am, I read
You
about
read.
that.
Okay, that's all right. So I am told that they are going to blend this hydrogen, green hydrogen, whatever they call it, as with the piped gas.
Yes,
The
ma'am.
gas we use, they are going to blend and then use it. So there will be less, whatever. You tell me.
Yes, ma'am, there will be less emissions also. And what they are planning is, since hydrogen is not available at a mass scale right now, they are thinking that since we have present avenues of say LPG or CNG, by blending them with hydrogen, we can also modify the like engine uses, because engine's efficiency increases, and then again we can reduce our emissions, which is our target.
To reduce the emission and create a more purer atmosphere.
Yeah, purer
right?
atmosphere.
So please.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Arpit.
Good afternoon, sir.
So mathematics is your optional subject, right?
Yes, sir.
So Albert Einstein famously said, compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. So I would like to know your comments on the same.
Sir, it was said that it is the eighth wonder because what happens in compound interest is it goes on increasing over the principal value in a compounding way. For example, if we put simple interest on something, it goes on to increase linearly. But if we put compound interest on something, it goes on to increase exponentially after some time. So that's why he said it is a eighth wonder, because in a moment of time it might, for example, if we borrow 100 rupee from someone, in a moment of time it might increase to 200 or 250. So because it does not depend more on base, it depends more on the time, basically the duration. That's why it is called the eighth wonder.
Okay, so there is more to it. You just explained the mathematical portion of it. Anyways, how do you use mathematics in daily life?
Sir, in mathematics, in daily life, we use it every day when we go to shop something. When we go to shop something, in fact, when we are doing our exercises, when we count the number of exercises, we see the timings. When we come here, when we come, go there, go anywhere. In each and every part of our daily routine, there is some of the mathematics hidden. So it has been discovered through some of the mathematical formulas, but there is much more to it, which is exactly not being discovered. It is still being discovered.
You are from Uttar Pradesh.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so tell us something about the $1 trillion economy target of Uttar Pradesh.
So it was recently announced that Uttar Pradesh will be contributing $1 trillion economy, and would by probably 2025 or 2030, and the government has not exactly announced the target by when they are going to achieve it, but it is said that the motive to make India $5 trillion economy would be aggravated through UP, which is going to play in the key role. So some of the initiatives under it have been the defense corridor recently launched in Bundelkhand, and some of the industrial corridors. Many of the infrastructural projects like expressways have also been constructed there, and ODOP, that is the one district one product scheme, is also going on. And there has been a lot of infrastructure development, plus there have been lots of investment projects. And there have been lots of MOU, for example, IKEA and Samsung are going to open some plants. Government PSUs are also contributing. So all of these would make Uttar Pradesh a $1 trillion economy. It is expected, and also the uses of migrant workers from UP, who are 23 lakhs in number. So that big number is going to be used through the skill mapping, so that they can contribute towards making $1 trillion economy in UP, and we are expecting to go up to that by 4 or 5 years.
I would like to know your view on the population control bill of Uttar Pradesh.
So I personally feel that population control bill is something which was desirable, but the form in which it was presented in UP is something of a penalizing, which is not required as of now, since our National Family Health Survey 5 has said that we are already below our total fertility rate of 2.1, and we are already going to reduce our population after 2040. So I don't think there is something called penalization should go on in UP. Yes, there is one thing, there is a cushion that government can provide, and that is in the form of incentive. So I think bill should be a bit tweaked to incentivize those who are doing good work rather than penalizing those who are doing bad work. So in that way, it would create a mass impact also. And since we have seen that penalizing effect has not exactly translated to the ground level in our 1970s sterilization efforts also, so I think this would be a way forward.
Okay. And my last question is, why you are so keen to join civil services?
So personally, I have been inclined towards the services since my childhood. Since I have been seeing officers coming, there was a government school near my home. So I have seen 2-3 officers coming there, and they were inspecting something. And I used to like since my childhood used to be very curious about it, like why they are coming here, who are they. So till my learning, till my class 10th, through this learning, I came to know that these are the officers who are actually looking after the education system of this country. So this was something inspiring, because at that time what my learning of the whole system was the education. I did not know beyond that. After that, when I grew up, and then I reached 12th, and then again in college, I came to know that civil servants perform multiple roles, diversity of roles, which can create like incremental effect on the society. So I thought this could be an avenue where I could be going. And also, sir, it provides job security, it provides a social status which is unparalleled. So again, if I'm joining the services to practice my service motive, it does not compromise my job or anything. So that helps me balance my work and again my life, personal life also.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, the Japanese encephalitis
Sir.
has been endemic to few locations in India, including Gorakhpur.
Yes, sir.
Why it is so?
So it happens because actually it has been endemic to Gorakhpur and Muzaffarpur areas. So, sir, there is a kind of lychee. It kind of lychee. It's a fruit. It is grown in Muzaffarpur area. So what happens is that people, the kids, there are generally empty stomach. Okay, they are hungry. So if they eat that kind of food or that particular type of lychee, what happens is that they start like feeling feverish, and that fever starts growing, and that exactly came to be called Japanese encephalitis, because that virus was spreading through the source. This
So it is more common among children, I believe.
Yes, sir, it is more common amongst children, and that also below 15 years of age. So that was one of the reasons why it spread in that area was that fruit, and one of the reasons was because that area is, sir, a bit backward. If you see, and the kids there are not very empowered. Many of them go hungry. Many of them work as a child labor. So what happens is that their daily eating daily food is not that good, so the compounding effect is seen on them.
Now, any improvement in that condition?
Yes, sir, there is a lot of improvement. In fact, AIMS Gorakhpur was opened because of this only, and now we can see there are negligible cases of Japanese encephalitis in last 2 years. If we see the data, like there has been not even 5% of the cases which were in 2017 and 2018 after the opening of AIMS. So there is a remarkable improvement.
You have heard of this ODOP, one district, one product in UP. What is the product for Gorakhpur?
It's terracotta art.
Terracotta. Any specific reason why terracotta is, popular there? Any specific reason?
Yes, sir. There is one of the reason why terracotta is popular there is because terracotta has been practiced there since a long time. In fact, one art, Madhubani painting, which has also got the GI tag, it is actually made with the that mud only, that soil only, and that soil has been the integral part of our lives in eastern UP. And in
Particular type
Gorakhpur,
of soil.
yes, sir, that has been basically integral part of our life.
Right.
So that's why terracotta has
Okay,
been
good.
displayed.
Now, you see, 50%, more than 55% of Indian population is engaged in agriculture, whereas its contribution to GDP is only approximately 18%. So are you happy with the situation, or you would like to change this?
I think I would like to change it. I believe that changing the situation is a lot important, because still there is a lot of population in our country which is directly dependent on agriculture, and they are not having skills also which can upgrade them to services sector or industry sector. And also industries are not developing at that scale which can absorb all the population from agriculture. We have seen disguised agriculture is also unemployment in agriculture is also there. So I believe that there is a need to in fact reinvigorate agriculture we have seen that in 2020 when COVID hit India, the agriculture was the sector which like pushed our economic growth. That was the only sector which showed the positive growth. So that is a sector having a lot of experience. In fact, in UP we have the most like fertile arable land in the whole country. India is having a fertile land of like more than 100 million hectares, and it is more than China also. In fact, we are having the largest arable fertile land in the world. So obviously we are having lots of opportunities and untapped potential in agriculture.
Okay. So India is assuming the G20 presidency next year.
Yes, sir.
So how do you think we can use this opportunity to our advantage?
I think we can use G20 as a platform in multi-dimensional way to push our aspirations. First of all, the most important thing in G20 should be to build a resilient economy, to build back better. Since all the economies at a global level are actually going down, India can be that player which can replace China. In fact, which can be the player which will be emerging if China goes down, because every country is trying to diversify its supply chains because of the COVID disruptions. So this is one of the dimension, and then there are many dimensions like UNSC reforms. United Nations Security Council seat is one of the things India has been pursuing for a long time, and I think G20 can play a role in that. Again, one more important thing is our tax reforms, which we need, tax treaties, because we lose a lot of revenue due to that. So
Thank you.
thank you, sir.
So Arpit, UP has just finished with the elections.
Yes, sir.
So did you take part in the election?
Yes, sir. I took part in the election.
So what are the machines which are used for the polling compartment?
EVMs, electronic voting machines,
And
and in some booths VVPAT is also used.
in some, the ones that you went to,
Yes, sir.
did not have?
They did have
So how,
voter
why are you
variable.
saying some?
So because it has not been VVPAT has not been like kept at all the booths, because election commission has said that it is not like possible to keep the VVPAT machines at all the booths.
You heard someone saying? You heard some?
No,
You read somewhere?
sir, I read some. I'm really sorry. Actually, I did get confused. VVPAT is there, but VVPAT is not counted at every place. I'm really sorry.
Okay. So tell me, VVPAT, is it a electronic machine or a mechanical machine?
So VVPAT is an electronic machine.
What makes it look like electronic?
So because it performs its act, which is of printing. That printing act is performed through electronic means. There is a like required. There is an energy input given, and then only it gives the output as a the marked name or the symbol which you have voted for.
So even the motor starts when you give electricity, then only a mechanical machine starts.
Yes, sir. I agree. In fact, the
So what is
electric
the special electronic signal that you are calling it as like a mechanic?
sir, we can call it mechanical in some way, because there are some of the mechanical concepts being used, but overall it is electronic machine. For example, an electric motor is also mechanical if we see in a perspective that it rotates, it converts energy. But
So
if
you have a printer at home,
yes, sir.
so you click the button and it prints.
Yes, sir.
Is it an electronic activity?
Yes, sir. I believe it is an electronic activity.
Okay, now tell me, in the elections, suppose you are the district magistrate of, DEO, district election officer, and you saw that some miscreants had captured the booth, and they vitiated the elections by, pressing the buttons, and then they ran away. And the police or, the magistrate, whoever they were present, they caught him. And you have put them behind the bars. Now you got a call. You get a call from the top political position of the state that you release him. He is from our party, to release him. Now what is going to be your stand?
So first of all, during elections, I'm not working against any political party. I'm not working in fact in the rule of a political party. I'm serving under election commission. So election commission is the sole authority which can give directions on anything related to elections. So if someone is doing something like this, it is a law and order issue, and it is a crime under RPA, Representations of People Act in 1951. So it must be reported duly, and the action has to be taken in the according to the guidelines issued by election commission in the conduct of elections. The ruling party or opposition.
Okay, now it is not election. Election day is over. You are back under the government. Now a gunda, you catch a gunda, and gunda has some affiliation with some ruling party, and again you get a call. You release him. You catch him under some offense, IPC offense. Now what would you do?
Again, it's a law and order issue. So there is no role of I believe there is no role of executive directly in a law and order issue. Executive should be supporting us because we are trying to create a stable situation in the society through following the due process of law.
Which executive you are talking about?
The political executive who is at the helm, who is the ruling political party. I think they have also have a responsibility to create a good law and order situation.
So you will release him?
So I'll not release him because sir, he or she has broken the law. So the law should follow its due course.
So you will tell the minister that I can't release him.
Sir, if he wants me to release him, I'll ask him in a written manner in a procedural form.
He gives in writing, signs.
Yeah, if he signs and gives it to me, and my senior also forwards to me, I'll write a dissenting note.
You are the DM, you are competent.
So I'll write my dissenting note that I have not issued this order to
So
release the
who has
person.
to be that person who he writes and you will release him?
So I think in law and order situation,
Suppose a tribal minister of your state writes, release him.
sir, no one is above rule of law, I believe. So if I am someone who is sitting on a post which is holding a position, who is having the authority to maintain rule of law, I should not bow down against anyone, whosoever he is, because rule of law is.
No, I am not
supreme.
understanding. You said if some minister writes to me in writing, and I will write a dissent note and release him.
Yeah, if someone writes to me
So
in
you are
that.
maintaining that stand only.
Yeah, in that way, if the minister follows the rule of law, I'll does the procedural aspect of law, I'll release him with a dissenting note that this is not my decision to release. This is the decision.
But it
being
was
taken.
not his decision. He is not competent under law.
So if the decision is going to be mine, I'll not release him.
It has to be your decision.
No, sir. Though in any way, then I'll not release him because if the decision is going to be taken by me, I being on a post which has the authority to maintain rule of law, I think rule of law is supreme.
Okay, you are with financial market analysis you have been doing, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, somebody comes to you for advice. So, Arpit, should I put my money in stocks or cryptocurrency or FD or gold? In today's time, real time, what is going to be your advice to him?
So my personal advice to that person would be, depending on the person's risk carrying capacity, there is a possibility that person is a bit risk
He is
averse.
not a millionaire. He's just a common man who has some money from pension, or he has got some money from the government after retirement.
In my personal opinion, then he or she should put money in FDs because they are safest option available, and since it is very hard earned money and it is a pension amount which if lost will can create.
Okay, next to that, after that,
Next to that, it would be gold, and then next to that it would be stocks and cryptocurrency. I'll not advise anyone to invest, so it should not be in my.
Okay, now another student comes to you. I mean, a young executive comes who wants to make money very fast. What do you advise?
Sir, I'll try to weigh his risk carrying capacity, his or her risk
He's
carrying
ready to
capacity.
take risk.
I think then he or she can go for stocks because since again India's market is booming, so if one invests in stocks, there is a lot
After
of risk.
stocks.
After stocks, I'll suggest gold. because that is going to be give more profits than any other way, and but having a lot of risk.
Okay. Thank you, Arpit.